What's up, Netrunners? We're here doing an interview with the players you just saw in the last round of Swiss, round 3. We've got, pointing left here, we've got Lance on this side, and we've got Holly over here. So good job, Holly. I think you got both the games.
Yes,
so
thank you.
Well done. What's your record now?
5-1.
5-1. It's good. I think we had one undefeated last round, so we'll see how good 5-1 is. Probably pretty strong. So I'll get your input on your game. So you played Noise and NEH.
Yes, I did.
What was your decisions on why you chose those decks?
NEH, I've always liked kill decks a lot.
Yeah.
And when I went to Nationals, I decided to try out Butcher Shop. And between Nationals, 2 game night kits, and today, it's lost 1 game total.
Yeah. Yeah,
so
I remember you were playing at Nationals. You were at the top table for a good while.
Yeah.
I think it was the last round that knocked you out. You were always sitting up there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you did a good showing at Nationals. And then you played Grendel today, which was an interesting choice. We were all making a little joke about, I was like Back to the Future type thing.
Yeah.
The deck from 2 years back. What made you choose Grendel?
I chose Grendel because I looked at Vanity Project, and I decided that I wanted to build something kind of Wayland like that.
Yeah.
And the best bet was going with Economy, and that was Grendel.
Yeah.
I eventually went into Argus because I thought more influence would be good, but I didn't really miss the snares and the swordsman I put in, so I decided to go with more Economy.
Okay, cool. All right, so you said you're running Vanity Project?
Yes.
Vanity Fair? Is it Vanity Project?
Vanity Project.
Vanity Project. Okay, which is the 6 for 4?
Yes.
Correct? Yeah. I'm a little vague on some of the cards. Okay, so Vanity Fair is whatever. I don't care what it is. Vanity Fair is a magazine. Okay, so I have a question about your Grendel deck. At the beginning, it seemed like you installed Advance's Contract Killer.
Yeah.
What was your game plan with it early? Because you ended up using it for the Aesops, right? Yeah. So you used it a while later, but earlier it could have hit Aesops. Why was your decision that you wanted to save it?
I wanted to save it in case Holly had only 1 card in hand, which is what I was trying to do in the first place. Okay. And then I figured out later, probably about midway, that I should have just used it for Aesops because he was just getting so much money off of Aesops and cash and whatnot.
Yeah. So what would have been your play to make that 1 credit situation happen? You had housekeeping going, which makes her toss an extra card every turn. What would have been the other cards in your deck? Because you said you took out Snare. How would the 1 credit situation arise? Like maybe by a 1 card situation?
It was...
Like by a Scorch and then trigger it?
Yeah. It was... in Argus, I didn't really have a lot of Kami that I could really rely on, so I just went with Grendel instead.
Okay. So that was interesting. I remember also you played the C-Source, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you were going to, and then Holly, you paid all your credits. What was the trace? Because we couldn't see
14.
the exact totals.
It was trace 14.
Okay, and then you were going to follow it up with, you had 2 Scorches in hand? Or
I had 1 Scorch in hand.
And you had how many cards?
I think
it would have been lethal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think it was.
Or
I had 3 or 4.
would have liked C-Source, Scorch, and then Contract Killer.
Oh, yeah, you had Contract Killer was still on the board as well, yeah. And then Holly, I remember as well that you, the housekeeping, how big an impact was that in that game?
I think it was honestly pretty huge. I, as you probably saw, kind of always forget it's there. And so I'm not really thinking about it as often when I'm going through my game plan.
It seems pretty devastating.
It was.
Against Noise especially, because you want to install as many cards a turn as possible.
Exactly.
And so you have to toss a card as well. I noticed you chose to toss Deja Vu a couple times. What was your rationale for tossing Deja Vu? Because Deja Vu I thought was the essential card in Noise, because you get back 2 viruses, go.
It's it was a tough choice, and initially I wanted to keep. It was basically the choice between Clone Chip and Deja Vu.
Okay.
For me, and I was just trying to kind of weigh those, and I decided Clone Chip would be nice because I could either get out a Parasite if he ever rezzed anything, which I don't think he rezzed any ice.
Yeah.
But if he did, I was gonna grab the Parasite out, and I had all the Data Sucker tokens.
Yeah, it's also good for instant, if you need a breaker for a bad piece of ice, David. You can get out David instant speed for big ice.
And it was just that instant speed that I wanted over, not that Deja Vu's not great, but...
the 2 double caches, because you got your caches early, which is a huge, I think it was a huge tempo for you as well. You had all 3 really early, then you got Aesops, Adjuster. I was like, this game is going to be bad. Because, especially you're running big points. That 1 government takeover is pretty rough. Also, what was I going to say? Yeah, so we were thinking about the R&D situation. I assume, basically, the reason you didn't res is because you could have David through it, right? What was that R&D ice on the last?
It was actually Enigma. I didn't res because I thought I may be more conservative on credits.
Okay.
Because normally when I'm trying to play Grendel, I try to keep as much credits as possible.
Right.
And in this case, she had a a significant lead in credit, so I decided to hopefully, there's not much of a chance in my deck that they can top deck agendas. I'll give you a hint. There's only like 6 in there, so.
Right, you got 10 points already with 2 agendas, the Vanity and the, what's it called? Government Takeover. Yep. So you hit both your agendas at the end. You ran Archives, you won the game with 6, and then the Posted Bounty, right?
Yes.
That was it.
That was a bit of a surprise.
Was it rough? What was the other card? Because you triggered your Jackson really early for 2 Econ cards and a Face Down. What was the Face Down card?
The Face Down card.
Because I thought that was a government ticker. I was like, that's why he has to do it now. He wants to get out there. What was the
I
Face
left
Down?
that in there just in case she ran.
You chose to leave the government takeover?
Because I had Punitive in hand.
Yeah, and then you imped
I imped Punitive, but.
And that basically set you off your plan because you wanted to run Archives. That's I don't know. That can be pretty dangerous, though.
Yeah, it's tricky, but
leaving it there. So what was the face down card when you Jackson?
I don't think it was really anything interesting, actually.
So you Jackson, you left government takeover.
Yeah.
It seems very dangerous as well because like Noise Mill's another card, you insta lose the game.
Yeah, exactly.
And
that's how it went actually.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else you guys want to say about game 1? Anything else?
Not particularly.
No. Okay, cool.
Grendel definitely took me by surprise. It was much scarier than I expected.
It is the only Grendel here. We've got the only other Wayland representative we have is 1 Blue Sun, and then 3 Argus, which I know you've used to play Argus quite a bit. You just mentioned this again. So the second game we had was Andy and NEH, which you were probably happy to see Andy facing. You're like, sweeps. You didn't get the sweeps, but you would love to do so.
I had it in the first hand, and I was actually saying, as I was drawing my second, I was like, sweep, come on.
You had Mulligan. I saw your face in the camera, but I couldn't see your hand. You flashed it, but what we had as the camera was not the card. What was it?
My first hand that I drew was Scorch, Traffic, and then 2 agendas, I think. And it was I can't really do.
Well, you played that anyway. You guys have bold decisions. Your first turn was install Astro Blind, I think hedge and then install R&D or something like that, right?
It was a pop-up over HQ,
that's what
hedge fund, and then the Astro.
He's playing blue cards. You got to protect against the Siphon.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That was bold. Just straight up. Because Andy's the best person to do it against. One of my friends, Zach, he does this play quite often where, if you leave a central open like R&D and Andy has 9 cards, they're more incentivized. They feel like, I should run the R&D. Why would I go check a pad or something stupid? That was a smart play. Paid off.
That's a big thing I really like about NEH Butcher is I like the bluffing and aspect of it.
Yeah.
And
cool. And so
taking risks.
Yours a classic Butcher shop. You've got 14 influence being used on the Scorches and 2 of the Traffic Accident and 3 Elis, or what are you doing?
I have 3 Scorches, 3 Traffics, and 2 Elis.
2 Elis. Okay, that's the way it's going. Okay, cool. And so you were playing the Andy with the Forger. Interesting choice on Forger.
Yeah.
How's that play into the deck?
It's been going well. I won the data folding and Underworld Context combo. So.
Yeah. Okay. Data folding is a memory. If you have
if you have 2 unused memory, you gain credit at the beginning of your turn.
Cool. So Forger just gives you a link, though, does it? It does not give you a
it gives you a link, and you can trash it to avoid or remove a tag.
Okay. So what happened in that last turn? Because the game, we were talking, and so we didn't see how the game ended. You ran R&D.
Yeah.
She res Gutenberg. So then, did you continue the run, or did you jack out?
I jacked out.
Okay, and then you topped Beal.
Yes.
So what was your rationale for jacking out there versus going there? Because you had given her 2 turns of fresh cards.
Yeah.
And she insta-wins the game if she draws a card because she has a live Astro token. Why did you choose to jack out?
I chose to jack out because I would just wanted to see what IC resed, and if she was going to res anything at all.
Okay. So
I was doing kind of recon actually.
Right. Okay. So you weren't worried about her getting a top deck? You thought you had more time to try to stabilize the situation? I
mean, I could. Either way, if I ran and got an agenda, I was dead next turn, and if she top deck her agenda, she won. So after running against her hand multiple times, I saw that she had multiple
kills. Yeah. What was the credit total at the end? Because you were using big dice, we couldn't read it. Do you remember how she had significant amount of credits above you that she could just mid-season scorch? Okay, that's a rough spot to be in. Because the deck you were playing, it takes a little tempo to set up, but once it does, I'll fem everything. And
fem overmind.
Autoscriptor was a fun include as well.
It's
at first
great.
I was kind of surprised. I was oh no, he installs. When you host, does it count as installing a program? Does it trigger Autoscriptor? Because I thought Autoscriptor is when you install.
Yeah, when you install a program, you gain a credit back.
No, you gain click.
Yeah, you gain click.
But is hosting on it the triggers? Installing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it installs. Okay, so it triggers it, so then you gain the thing. Okay, everything's good. Yeah, that was an interesting game. What was the back ice?
On R&D, it was an Eli.
Eli? Okay, cool.
There was definitely one really scary moment once he got those two HQ interfaces out.
Yeah.
And
he missed the Astro, right?
He missed the Astro.
Yeah.
I had 4 cards in hand, and he saw
three.
like a Gutenberg and a Scorch, and I think a mid-seasons, and I was sweating bullets because there was that Astro there.
Yeah, he saw 3. Yeah, that changes the game significantly because then you stay at 4 points, and then he has 4 points.
And I wouldn't have had that Astro
and then you can take a more risky play then, try at the end to try to hit well because you have RDI, you can run, take some tags, whatever, hit. Maybe I'll just run again, like, go Hail Mary on it.
Yeah.
It seemed like the only hope there at the end. Yeah, so there's some fun games. Anything else? Anything else you guys have to add?
No.
I don't think so.
Okay, good. All right, yeah, it was nice talking to you guys. So that was Lance here and Holly just came back and we were talking to them. So Holly's at 5-1 in good running to be in the top 3 at the end. Just a reminder, so yeah, at the end of today, there's 5 rounds of Swiss. The top 3 will qualify to play in the finals tomorrow, where we'll have 24 players. And just so everyone knows, if you want to win one of these guys, the old school Netrunner, you can. Just have to make a comment later in the chat or something, and you'll win one. No, you will not automatically. We'll raffle it to somebody. So yeah, that's what we're giving away today, and we'll give away one tomorrow as well. So yeah, stay tuned. We're going to take a small break, wait for the rest of the rounds to finish, and then we'll have the 4th round of Swiss. Okay. It's called 10 minutes as well. So in 10 minutes, about a little bit later than that, we'll have the last round of Swiss. All right. Thanks for having us. Thanks for coming. Appreciate your input on your decks and your strategies.
Oh, no problem.